What's going on, fam? Elijah here, back with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about why I retired from Axie for the time being, specifically around V2, okay? So before anyone freaks out, I'm not done playing Axie entirely. I just most likely will not participate in the following season, season 21 for V2. And I want to go into that a little bit, as well as address current news and also talk about what I'm most excited for right now in NFT gaming. So first off, we had a lot of great moments in V2, big scores every season, top 100, 3 top 10 finishes. You know, I really gave it everything that I had, but it's time to hang up the jersey. I am no longer interested in this version of the game. I will say that to give some honest criticism towards the Axie team, I know that the whole site has been on Origin this whole time, but there was no innovation to keep us excited about V2 over the past year, and it just wore thin for me. I didn't really even push in the end of the last season. Neither did Indez, for what it's worth. He also was kind of just like, meh, not really worth it, and he probably shares a similar sentiment as me, to be honest. I am very excited about Origin. I cannot wait for something new to play within Axie Infinity. And of course, on the bright side of Season 20, we had Theben 1437 win the whole thing, which was fantastic. Insanely proud of him and our guys. We had a few more finish in the top 100. As far as the major news is concerned with the hack, $600 million lost. Listen, I don't want to talk too much about that. It's an absolutely ridiculous thing that happened. I don't even know what to say. I don't know how it went unnoticed for 5 days. That's like my biggest concern is, was there more hacks that happened prior? We just never caught them. What are the security measures moving forward? I hope that they release more information around all of that. I think largely we need to stay positive. I love Sky Mavis. I love Axie. I'm sending support. Let's get this sorted out. Let's move on as a family. But holy shit. Over $500 million just like that. And that's, you know, one of the problems with such high centralization is it's a little easier to crack than when you have a massive decentralized network. So hopefully they head a little more in that direction. We're all in this together. At least Origin comes out in 7 days. And now I want to move on into what I'm most excited for in the play and earn movement right now. And the answer is Voxie Tactics, of course. I recently pushed up to rank 11, and I do want to point out Season 0 incoming very soon. $450,000 prize pool, and for a small game where a lot of that's going to be top heavy, it's some of the biggest payouts that we have ever seen. To elaborate on that, if we look at the champion breakdown for Season 0, which will be out soon, first place is set to win 22,500 voxels, which equates to over $37,000 right now, with the price of voxels being around $1.65. This is a fantastic thing to see in the strategy esports realm. It's something I think Axie could have done a better job of. For instance, I think Theben should have won way more than $10,000 for placing first in this last Axie season, especially because of how hard the competition is these days. Over 2 million players, and in my opinion, to only get 10K is I don't know. It seems like a low number. I'm really hyped for the healthy competition that is entering the space. It's good to have more than one game that's out there trying to become esports caliber material. And since I've gotten more involved in Voxies, I have been hooked. I play a lot. I'll just fire games back to back. And I will say one of the coolest things is that you can actually win NFTs when you play the game. So this is me winning an epic item. I won a legendary item the other day as well. And in total, I have won about 15 items playing Voxie Tactics in just a couple of weeks, and some of these are going to have really high price points, like the diamond hands. Only 4 of these have been minted, which is a different type of system than you're going to get in Axie, where you're only winning the same small amount of SLP every time you play the game. What's really exciting is that in the coming weeks, Voxies is going to be distributing the voxel token as another way to earn when playing the game. So right now you can just win NFTs. You are more likely to win NFTs if you're using Genesis Voxies, which you can buy on the marketplace on OpenSea. If you're using free-to-play Voxies, which are available when you download the game, you can totally do that, play for free. You're just less likely to win NFTs along the way. But if you play hundreds of games, you're bound to, you know, get drops and win NFTs still. It's just gonna take longer. Anyway, my point is that soon you'll be able to earn the voxel token for every time that you win a game. You'll win a small percent, maybe 0.04 of a voxel. If you win 100 games at that rate, you'll have earned 4 voxels. Obviously, the price of these could appreciate. Axie started at 55 cents. Look at where it went. Voxie's is brand new, and I really do believe in its long-term potential. Also, you're gonna have luck involved there too, where sometimes you'll get bigger voxel drops, like 50 voxels could get dropped to you instead of the smaller portion. There's going to be some RNG mixed in into having larger drops, so that'll apply for the token drop and the NFTs, which gives you a ton of ways to earn when playing this game. Something I'm thrilled about, something I think we need more of, something that I think is overdue, if I'm being quite frank. And I'm just stoked for the team that they're taking this direction. They brought me on as a player ambassador. I've really enjoyed my time working with these guys. Stephen Ball has AAA game experience. This is the game developer. Jake, the CSO, is the one who reached out to me and brought me on the team. And now that the game is rolling out, I'm more excited than ever, especially as I play. I cannot wait to see the official season drop. I can't wait to see these new developments. I'm going to be streaming the game a lot more in the future, and right now I'm sitting at rank 13 on the leaderboard. We are still in the open beta, so this isn't an official season yet. This actually gets reset every time they do a new update, so it's not like the end-all be-all, but I'm training hard so that I know how to win, and I can have a big shot at that near $40,000 first place finish for season 0 when it comes out. When you download Voxies, it's gonna ask you to choose 3 Voxies to play with, and my biggest recommendation for you right now as you get started is to choose a knight, a warrior, and a ranger. I think this gives you the most balance, will give you a very strong edge against your opponents. Make sure that with your knight and your warrior, you're equipping the two-handed beta sword. Essentially, to make things easy for you, once you have the two-handed sword, you're just going to equip beta fighter gear on everything else. That's gonna max your stats out in the best possible way, and then you'll be set. What you need to remember is your knight is your tank, so you want him in the center of the battlefield. Your warrior is a huge damage dealer, has a very nice AoE ability. You can also play around with the spear and then going with all beta champion gear on your warrior. The spear is going to allow you a 2-tile range attack instead of needing to be right on top of your opponent, and it will also go through 2 enemies that are standing in a line, which gives you some AoE damage. You can go back and forth. All these items are free to play with, so you can try the two-handed sword and then also the spear with the champion gear. You go champion instead of fighter because dexterity is more important with this build for accuracy and damage than the strength for HP. I think the sword is probably better though. Right now I'm using a pirate, a monk, and I'm also using a bard, which has been really useful for healing and support essentially. This helps keeps my Voxies alive, but I'm largely using the monk because I got the legendary diamond fish drop, which just makes this thing do tons of damage. The pirate is legendary, so this really boosts my chances to get drops, plus they have very high luck, and it's also just an insane class right now. If you're looking to buy Voxies, I would say that you could still go a similar route with like the knight, the ranger, or maybe like a black mage is probably affordable right now as well. These are like really classic builds. What you need to remember with Voxies is that they are intending to have really strong long-term value and will have a lot more benefits than any free-to-play Voxies you can play with, and are also going to have new forms of earning potential as the game rolls out. There's going to be a lending program where you can lend your Voxies out and earn money on them. There's also intentions for a recruitment program where Genesis Voxies can actually create new Voxies that aren't NFTs, but will be able to be sold in the in-game marketplace, so as the game scales, it'll be really valuable for you to be able to produce those. If you want more advice on what team to buy, you can head over to the Voxies Discord. Warboy right now, he's in here and he's super active. K Fury, also a monster at this game. These guys are at the top of the leaderboard. We have K Fury number 8, Warboy number 1, and they are just extremely helpful along with everyone else, and I'm in here a lot as well, so you have a good chance of just showing up in the Voxies Discord, seeing me engaging with everyone, talking strategy. There will be people who want to help you secure some strong Voxies, some good deals out there. You can just jump in here and say, hey, Elijah sent me, I'm interested in purchasing Voxies, and you'll have a lot of feedback and support. Do remember though that we're in the open beta and balancing stuff is going to change, so don't spend too much on something that's really hot in the meta right now. Just try to get something that's solid, has long-term sustainable potential. I mean, ideally they're going to keep working on balancing, so every Voxie should have value, should have use. That's the goal, that's the idea. Just don't go crazy with buying like some insane build that might be a little unbalanced right now. In wrapping up, I was actually just talking to Warboy, asking his opinion opinions. He actually thinks knights, squires, warriors are the way to go. There's some of the more cheaper ones out there. I know these look expensive compared to Axies, but remember, it's a long-term play. Genesis Voxies, there's only 10,000 of them, so it puts you in a special category that will, you know, definitely, in my opinion, be worth it in the long run. Not financial advice, but I do love being a part of this game. Remember that there might be some hiccups in the gameplay, the game engine. Occasionally I'll get a crash like in between games. It never happens to me anymore when I'm playing, but maybe I'll play like 5 games, and then while I'm waiting for a match, I might end up running into an error. I just reboot it, start again. Animations are going to get filled out over time. There's some skills that'll be added in. We're at the very earliest stages, but if you want to, you know, get early movers advantage and reap the rewards, this is kind of the way to do it, is to find projects that have really strong teams that are building, that are focused on listening to the community and getting involved and seeing if it's right for you. That's really all I can say about it. I think in my next video, I'll for sure do a lot more gameplay on Voxie tactics. I'll showcase my current team a little more to give you some thought processes on it. I did make 2 other Voxie videos recently on gameplay, although they're kind of outdated and I've gotten a lot better since then. You can go check those out. And again, the Discord, an extremely valuable tool. You can ask about certain things, certain skills that come up, and start progressing, and hopefully go out there and win some NFTs, win some voxel tokens once that starts to roll out in the coming weeks as well. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you found it useful. Let me know in the comments what other types of Voxie tactics info you want to know about, what you want to learn. Like I said, probably going to be doing a lot of gameplay video footage in the future, also team comps, similar things that I did with Axie, but now with a new game that's RPG style, tactic style, that I'm very interested in. Of course, I'll still be making Axie content, especially Origin content, as it rolls out. Cannot wait for that as well. I love you guys. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.